Yo, so next project, we're doing a turbo barrel, and we got what we kind of need for right now. Hopefully, we got a free turbo, and oh boy, this turbo's got a. I don't know if it can come out well on camera. So you got some shaft plate up and down, in and out, no shaft plate, but it's free. T3 turbos off my friend's EJ Hatch. Came out with hood exit. And then this is the exhaust off of a Tahoe. Or at least the rear section. So, yeah, I've been kind of planning it out a little bit. I think I got a rough idea on how I want to put onto the barrel. So since this is all the tubing I have for right now, I might have to go get more. But if we can do it all with this, that'd be really great. That'd be really great. So as name, we cut this section off straight, so we'll have a tube. This size tube matches the T3 flange really well. So cut that off. Then we'll have a tube to put anywhere on the top. When that's where the turbo will actually be mounted to. And then the rest of the piping we can go ahead and use for the actual charge side. I think we're going to have enough. It's just that it's all awkwardly bent. It's not really as straight. So we can get the turbo mounted in that little section. That'd be fantastic. Then we can be mounted off to this side here. Or something like that. I do got some rebar or some other metals, so I can go ahead and make some supports. But yeah. We also have to make a T3 flange too, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah. Let's see how well that goes. I also got to cut this all off. Well, I'm thinking just cut off, maybe half of it. Cut half of it off. Cut this off and then also weld that. Well, yeah, hopefully. Not bad. Tank $50 so far. That's all we have into the build. So maybe let's keep it that way. So, just like all great things in life, I didn't film it. So, I filmed the initial of it starting, but the build portion I didn't film. So, let me go ahead and show you. I knocked it all out in one day, so it was more just a panic rush of trying to fix this, or try to get it going one day. So let me explain to you the chaos and what happened. And well, actually before that, here's the video, or here's some of the videos on how when it was running. All right, I'll come back to you when I get back.
Holy shit.
So here's the carnage afterwards. It is royally on fire for most of it. The bottom is still red though. Bottom you can tell as it was the least hot, but yeah. It's only if you see the video ever, there's two major issues. One, this started leaking a little bit. Just a smidge. I don't really know why. I guess my wells just didn't hold up or something. It wasn't leaking before, but it was leaking now. And then bucket was a little bit too close to the turbo barrel. Fuel pump started working really well, and tire caught on fire a little bit. We lost no, we actually didn't lose two spokes, still kind of there, but yeah, definitely charry. But turbo, same amount of shaft play, no in and out. And spins good ish. Alright. This is gonna be fun taking this all apart. Fuck that, I'm waiting for tomorrow. To you some of the carnage, or explain to you what was happening. So we got this fuel pump out of Bear Park Avenue for 20 bucks with a steel, but it didn't work for a while. It's really not pumping out too much fuel. Like, I doubt in the car it was getting past 10 psi. Like, it was pretty shitty. But as soon as the turbo was warming up, it kind of helped out the fuel pump, so not terrible. Some cons with it. The door was leaking way too much, you've seen from the video. So I'm lazy. I just use self-tappets, and the self-tappets were helping, but man, the heat was just melting them. You can still see one of the self-tappets when it just broke off. Like, it was just melting them, and it was just stripping out the metal. And you know, initially it was actually holding good pressure, and then self-tap is stripped out, fire ensued. You can really see where the fire kind of bowed out from. But yeah, biggest weak points, that was we couldn't get past 6 psi. It was just about to start at 6, but it couldn't get there. None of the rest of the welds broke, so I'm happy about that. There's a pinhole leak right by here-ish, a little bit down here-ish. But yeah, not too bad. Another problem we're gonna have to fix is wheels. So this side suffered the worst of it because the oil drain was slightly leaking. I don't know from where, but it was leaking a little bit. So it dripped onto the wheel every once in a while, and melted her real good. Real good. Yeah, she's melted real nicely. I'm thinking I'll just go ahead and try getting our wheel and maybe try to space it out a little bit, or put a heat shield in. This side also got hot, but I never really broke through. That one's an okay-ish wheel. Like, okay-ish in the sense it's better than that one, but it still got too hot from the tank. Yeah, but it never fell down or anything. Never fell down. So another thing we learned, right? We had my 944 throttle body just sitting on it. You know, just sitting on it like, yeah. Like that. So we had it sitting on it like that. And we're using this rope that's broken now to open up the throttle body from far away. The problem with this is way too much of a restriction. It maybe would have worked if you had a really powerful leaf blower, but it's too much of a restriction. It just wasn't working too well. So, and also I don't think it's gonna run away anymore. But we still have some charcoals in there. Some charcoals, not a lot, but some. Yeah, so let's get to fixing her. Two big things. I'm gonna fix up all the welds, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna try flattening this door, and I'm gonna CAD a plate, 1/4 inch plate, to come across, so where the bolts bolt in, not into the tank. I think that's the best solution. so the bolts not bolt into the tank. So I'm thinking just 1/4 inch plate, come all the way across, and then we'll build a narrow door, bolts onto that plate. So at least the bolts aren't going to be in direct fire the whole time. I think that's going to help it out a lot. So turbo, I don't know if I showed it before. I might have. For shaft play, we're not looking terrible. It is more. Like, it is more. And if you spin it, it spins okay. Yeah, I left out in the rain last night, but it spins okay. It's okay. There's definitely more shaft play than was before, but it's not too bad. And also, me just kind of thinking, I didn't know I got the turbo free. It's actually a Garrett turbo. So it was even named brand. I kind of thought it was just some eBay turbo, but I looked at it as, oh fuck, it's Garrett. Okay, never mind. Yeah, the turbo was off my friend's EJ Hatch. He had a D18 in it, I think, and this was a turbo on it, but it leaked a lot of oil, or spewed out, burned a lot of oil. Let me show you to the other part how we were tracking it. Oh yeah, this was the barrel that was holding the fuel pump. She got a little bit hot. It was a little bit too close. Just a smidge too close to the barrel. But let me show you this. So this is the boost gauge we were running off of. It's not going back to 0, I wonder. But yeah, that was nice. It was just positive and negative running to the battery. Same thing for the fuel pump. So yeah, that was working, I think. I don't know anymore. It's not 0. Oof, we might have broke the boost gauge. Here's the door that was on it. Had a million bolt holes in it, but it didn't heal, or it didn't seal. A lot of the bending was me getting the plate off. It was actually pretty like rounded to the tank before, but it took a lot of prying to get that plate off. But yeah, I'll go ahead and hopefully videotape the next part of me bashing the side of this tank and make it flat, and I'll get back to you. All right. So I figured out my plan. I got one plate 3/16, one plate 1/4 inch, and what we're gonna do, Buckaroo, is gonna weld this plate over the door. I'm gonna hammer it a little bit more flush, but hammer over the door, cut a hole out that's the same size as the hole in there. I'm gonna weld it to this. We're gonna drill holes, and the bolts are gonna be outside of the turbo barrel. I think it's gonna be the best solution for this. Really cool thing about this, I can have studs, so that'll make it kind of go by fast. All right, I'm going to get on that drilling and cutting, and come back to you in a little bit. So I went ahead and plowed it in, like I did your mom, and you went and made a little cardboard template of the hole, and we're going to remove that cardboard template to right about here. That looks centered, and cut her out. And we'll bolt holes in around it, drill whatnot. It's gonna be fun. So here's what it is now. Cut the 1/4 inch steel, very sloppily, but hey, it'll work. And there it is, gonna be bolted on like that, or welded on. I gotta go ahead and make holes in this, and I'm thinking I might weld 2 bolts on either end just for locating it, and then the rest of them just be nuts. I think. Nut. Alright, well, I'll see you. Yo, so, next day. This took a long time. Everything is now drilled out to a 1/2 inch. Maybe one. So, just like everything I do, it's already done. For the most part. And, yeah, sorry about that. But let me explain to you what's different. Wheel. I got some, like, Menards one for $12. I don't know what that's going to do. I had to weld it I had to weld the outside bearing to the shaft because the shaft doesn't, it's just a straight shaft, doesn't have anything. So yeah, I don't know how well that's gonna last, but I got an idea for that. Get some plates, and we're just gonna make a little heat shield. It's not that much space between here, so I don't think any heat shield's not gonna work, but I mean, like, you know, whatever. Fuel pump. Yeah, this tiny little garden basket got from Dollar Tree, $1.25 of course. And we went ahead and stripped out the rest of the fuel pump, so it's just this. That's just gonna sit in the bottom. Fuel, air. I mean, hopefully not aired up, but the oil's just gonna suck up straight on through. Got a zip tie here, so there's no kinks like last time. And hopefully that's gonna work out well. I think I fixed the leak from this turbo drain. I welded it some more, so yeah. The main thing took up a whole bunch of time was this plate. So this is 1/4 inch steel. These are all 1/2 inch studs. Why are they not evenly around? Because it's a key, you know, I easily put it up there. And I was like, I kind of got to this point. I was like, fuck it, I don't really feel like doing the last two. It's gonna be good enough. Look how many bolts there are. But this is high temp RTV. I want to pre-apply to this side. I'll show you the door later. But I already pre-applied on both of them. I grinded this smooth so the plate sits on there flush. Only the inside perfections I grinded away. And yeah, everything's been welded so much. Everything's been welded. So hopefully this does good. V2. Let me show you the plate. The plate is this. So this is 3/16, slightly thinner, but you know, it's a cover. So I did the same thing, RTV, only on the mating surfaces, since this is like, you know, open to the furnace. Other side, it's 3/8 steel, or 3/8 steel all thread. Little handle. And is this dry? Not dry yet, okay. When it's dry, maybe later, or maybe when we're about to do it, I'll show you how that bolts on there. But you go ahead and just basically, yeah, this is hard to do one-handed. Go ahead and, sorry, there. Go ahead and bolt it in like that. Hit it in there. I'm not gonna hit it all the way, but yeah, that's what it's gonna be. So we got a little handle now. Yep, she's ready to rip. Thinking about doing this pretty soon, hopefully this weekend, and yeah, it'll be good. Well, yeah. So some things. Shaft play. I don't think it's. I think when it has oil in it, it's gonna be a little bit better. But you can definitely tell it's a little bit more than I thought it would be. Doesn't really spin for that long, but it's also pretty dry in oil. So I kind of just thought this was an eBay turbo since he was given to me, but no, right there. So this is a Garrett turbo. So yeah, name brand turbo. At least iron. I don't know about the turbo housing, but yeah, gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, I'll see you later. Peace.